distribution system across the Navy system.
The Navy has confirmed what many military residents have suspected: petroleum in the Red Hill water well. That well has been isolated since Sunday, and the Navy says all tests in the rest of their system have come back negative so far. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. We want to bring in Congressman Kahele joining us live now to talk more about this. Congressman, let me just throw it out to you. First of all, have you learned any new information since we last spoke to you or heard from you?
Well, Loka Kayaka, Stephen, Grace, mahalo for having me. Yesterday's results from the Navy confirmed what the Department of Health and the University of Hawaii has already indicated, which is that the drinking water from the Red Hill well is contaminated with petroleum products. We had an opportunity to hear it from the Navy directly last night, and they indicated to us the different types of petroleum particles and contaminants that were in and identified coming from the Red Hill shaft and the Red Hill water source.
Congressman, just a couple of things for you and for the viewer. I want to go back a bit. So this is from Sunday night, a statement from the Navy saying, quote, "There is no immediate indication that the water is not safe. There was no smell or sign of fuel or chemicals in the water at the Navy's water wells and water tanks." Okay, that from the statement. On the same day, they shut down the shaft for the Red Hill water well. What does this say to you about an investigation that should be done? Will it be done?
That's what your congressional delegation is calling for, and Senator Hirono has worked together with the delegation to specifically ask the Inspector General to investigate this situation. We convened that as a unified delegation directly to the Secretary of the Navy, and we want answers. Your delegation wants answers. The people of Hawaii deserve answers, and right now is a really, really important time for the United States military and the Navy to be honest, to be open, to be transparent with all of the information it has while this crisis is ongoing. And I think yesterday's test results, Grace, present to me more questions than answers, because we still don't know where that source is coming from. And that's what is most alarming to me right now. And it's why I asked in the House Armed Services hearing yesterday those pointed questions directly to the United States Navy.
Look, this is clearly going to go on for days, weeks, probably even months ahead. You are a veteran of the Air Force. You are in the Hawaii Air National Guard, commissioned for them. Should we, as residents here, trust Navy officials at this point, given what has happened in the last few days and the last few years with the Red Hill fuel tanks?
Right now, I think that trust is being put to its test. Historically, Hawaii is very supportive of our military. We have a proud military history. Behind the 100th Battalion and the 442nd and all the thousands of people from Hawaii who have served in our military. But right now, that trust is being put to the test. How the United States military handles this, the Navy, the Army, the Marines, will really set the tone in the future for the United States military in Hawaii. What is critical right now is that the military take care of the thousands of military families and the neighboring communities that have been affected by this crisis. Now, the Navy, and we reiterated to the Secretary of the Navy himself, that the Navy needs to work together with Ernie Lau and the Board of Water Supply, with the Department of Health, with our state administrative government, with our local county elected officials to identify the source of the petroleum contamination in the water so we can quickly bring back water and safe water to thousands of affected families safely. And in the meanwhile, we need to address the crisis that's happening in many, many homes. People don't have water. They can't do laundry. We have disabled people that are having a hard time taking care of themselves. We have people that are sick. We have animals that are sick. I commend the United States Army for standing up with a task force yesterday to address this. But these are the things that need to be addressed right now, immediately, to get safe drinking water back to Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam and the surrounding areas. People are still confused in what actual areas are safe to consume the water and are unsafe to consume the water. And I think the Navy, working with the Board of Water Supply and the Department of Health, can do a better job of providing that information to people that live in the affected areas. And we heard that last night from the questions that the Navy was fielding from the concerned residents that live in Pearl City, in Aiea, near the stadium, over by the Navy Marine Golf Course. The whole affected area needs to be looked at, and that accurate information needs to be conveyed.
Yeah, the stories that have come out from these military families that have been affected have been heartbreaking, hearing from mothers of children, mothers-to-be as well, who are experiencing these problems. The greater problem here, Congressman, as you know, is that our water source as an island is possibly threatened right now. And I'm asking you, as a voice of, as one of our congressional members, how far do you plan to go in this investigation?
We plan to go as far as it needs to take. And if that requires the suspension of the Red Hill fuel tanks or looking at something more longer term, that's something that as the next few days and as more information comes out, you know, we are willing to look at. Right now, the most important thing is the water quality for the island of Oahu and the long-term health and safety of our precious environment and our precious aquifer. And that's something that we have conveyed to the United States Navy, to the Secretary of Navy, who I understand is coming out to Hawaii for next week's ceremonies at Pearl Harbor. And I'm hoping to meet together with him this weekend and convey that to the Secretary of the Navy. And you're right. I mean, these are things that are concerning not just military families, but our community members all over the island of Oahu. You know, when the Department of Health put out the advisory Monday night and highly recommended not consuming the water in that affected area, you know, within an hour, I was in Halsey Terrace, in Radford Terrace, on Caitlin Drive, visiting with any families that were out in their homes that night about 9 o'clock at night. I listened to their stories. With their permission, I collected water samples from their kitchens. I heard stories about their children going to the emergency room. I have pregnant mothers sending me emails. They're you know, terrified and concerned because they consumed the water for a week. They're 6.5 months pregnant. I have a particular mother who went to the ER at Tripler 2 nights ago and sent me pictures of her at the ER. And the doctor had conveyed to her that she had chemical burns in her mouth. This is something that is a major crisis in Hawaii, and it is why I addressed it to the Secretary of the Navy and the United States Navy yesterday. I mean, it's something that needs to be addressed, and we need to address it now.
Absolutely. All right, Congressman Kai Kahele, we appreciate your time here, and we'll look to you for updates in the near future.
Mahalo and aloha.
All right, Steve.
All right, thanks, Grace. Thank you, Congressman. 6:12 right now. Coming up, we're also going to be speaking to the state toxicologist about the potential danger